Hi everyone. In today's class, we are going to start our fourth unit and fifth chapter, that is loaders. Let's see what all topics we are going to study in today's video. First one is what are the steps involved in the execution of a program written in a language. Then we will see the definition and functions of a loader. After that, different loader schemes. We have 7 loader schemes to study. In that, the first loader scheme will be studying in today's video, that is compile and go loader. Let's start with what are the 8 steps involved in the execution of a program written in a particular language. So we have, as you can see in the slide, we have a source program written in a language. It can be in any language. First, what we will do, we will give our source program into the translator or assembler, and it will convert the source program into the corresponding machine language format. So translator is nothing but your assembler. We have already seen what is the function of an assembler. Assembler will convert the source program into a machine language format. Then after that, if our program is containing a main program, it wants to link with other subprograms. Suppose in the case of Java programming, suppose we have written our main class and we want to access the other classes in other package. So we have to link our main class with the other subclasses in other packages. For that, we are using linker. So linker is the program which is using to link our main program with the other subprograms. Then after that, we have the loader. In between linker and loader, we need to perform one more task, that is relocation. I told you before, we had a main program. Suppose the size is small. After linking our main program with the other subprograms, the size of the main program may increase. When we are trying to increase the main program size, if we don't have enough space in the already allocated memory, so what we have to do, we have to relocate the entire program into another available memory space. That is called relocation. So in between linker and loader, we have to perform relocation. Relocation is nothing but after linking the main program with the other subprograms, the size of the main program may increase. So we have to relocate the entire program from entire program into another available memory space. That is called relocation. Once we have done with the relocation and linking, the corresponding object program, that is nothing but the output of the assembler, will be given to the loader. Loader is the program which will receive the object program or the machine language format program, and it will load into the memory, and it will prepare that program for execution by the compiler, and it will start the execution. To start the execution, loader will transfer the control to the first line of the program. So these are the steps involved in the execution of a program written in language. First, source program will be given to the assembler. Assembler will convert the source program into machine language format. If the main program wants to combine with or link with the subprograms, it will be given to the linker. Then after linking, if the main program size is increasing and if we don't have enough space to increase, we have to relocate the entire main program into another available memory space. After relocation, the object program or the machine language program will be given to the loader. Loader will load the machine language program into the memory, and it will prepare for execution by the compiler, and it will transfer the control to the first line of instruction to initiate the execution. So now let's move in detail to the loader. So loader, as we have explained in the previous slide, it is a program which accepts the object program, that is nothing but output of the assembler in the machine language program format, and prepares this program for execution by the compiler and initiates the execution. To initiate the execution, loader will transfer the control to the first line of instruction in the program. Then we'll see what are the functions of a loader. The main four functions of a loader are allocation, linking, relocation, and loading. Allocation means we have to run a program. We have converted the program into machine language format. We have to allocate some space in the program. That is called allocation. Linking, as I told you, the main program wants to link with the other sub-programs. That is called linking. Okay, next, relocation. Relocation means what? After linking the main program with the sub-programs, the size of the main program may increase. So whenever the size is increasing, if we don't have enough memory to increase the size of the program, then the entire program has to be relocated to another available memory space. So in the program, what all space we have used the previous address, it has to be changed with the new relocated address. Then after that, loading. Loading means what? We have to load the entire object program. That means after linking and relocation, the machine object program has to be loaded into the memory, as well as the data for the program into the memory. These are the four functions of loader. Allocation, that means allocate space in memory for the programs. Linking, resolve symbolic references between object text. This is nothing but linking the main program with the sub programs. It will understand in detail when we move on to the next slides. Relocation. Relocation means what? After linking, the main program size may increase. So if we don't have enough space to increase the main program size, we have to relocate the entire program to another address. That is called relocation. Then loading, load the entire program into the memory along with the add data to execute. These are the 7 loader schemes. So in that, the first one is compile and go loader, second one general loader scheme, third one absolute loader, fourth one subroutine linkage, fifth one direct linking loader, sixth one relocating loader, and seventh one dynamic linking loader. In today's class, we are going to study about the first one, that is compile and go loader, which is the simplest one. Compile and go loader is also calling as assemble and go loader. You can look into the picture. This is the diagram representing assemble and go loader or compile and go loader. This part is indicating the core memory. As you can see, we have loaded mainly two things in the core memory, that is the program for the assembler. What is the function of the assembler? Receive the source program and convert into machine language object program. So the program assembler must be in the main memory, as well as what is the output of the assembler. That means assembled instruction or the machine language instruction, and the data for its execution must be loaded into memory. In the compile and go loader scheme, the program for the assembler or the assembler program and the output of the assembler, that is the assembled instructions or the machine language instructions, and the data to perform must be loaded into memory. This particular loader scheme is using by a special compiler called Fortran compiler. So according to the diagram, we have source program, compile and go loader. Compile and go loader will load the assembler program, as well as the output of the assembler will be loaded by the loader by the assembler into the memory. Once the assembled instructions or the output of the assembler loaded into the main memory, the compile and go loader will initiate the execution by transferring the control to the first line of instruction of the loaded program, so that we can start the execution. Now we'll see what are the disadvantages of this particular program. As you can see, major part of the memory is occupying by the assembler. So if the program is bigger, then the memory will be unavailable to the program. So that is the first disadvantage. Since we are storing assembler program in the memory, more memory is unavailable to the program. Okay, because the program assembler program is a very big program, so the more memory is unavailable to the program. That is the one disadvantage. Another disadvantage is whenever we are changing the program, suppose first we have executed the source program, again we think that there are some errors and we are changing the program. What will happen? Again we need to load the assembler and we need to change the program and we need to load the program. Again, if we are changing the program and depending upon that, again we have to retranslate the assembler. Okay, so whenever we are doing the changes, we have to do the retranslation. That means again we have to repeat the loading process. That is also another disadvantage. Then another disadvantage is, suppose we have many subprograms to combine with the main program which are written in different languages. So if we have multiple segments means what? Different programs are written in different languages. This particular compile and go loader scheme won't support the different programs written in different languages. That is the another disadvantage. So let's see one by one. The first one, portion of memory is wasted because the core occupied by the assembler is unavailable to the object program. Second one, it is necessary to retranslate the user's program every time it is run. Whenever we are modifying the program, we have to retranslate and we have to run again. Next one, whenever it is very difficult to handle multiple segments, like if the source programs are in different languages. Suppose if you have many programs which has written in different languages, it is very difficult to handle by the compile and go loader scheme. These are the main disadvantages of the compile and go loader scheme. And the advantages are, it is easy to implement and a very simple scheme also. So when you are answering for the question compile and go loader scheme or assemble and go loader scheme, the diagram must be there and the disadvantage also must be mentioned. Okay. The main important point here is assembler and the output of the assembler must be loaded into the memory. Since the assembler is bigger, more memory is wasted. That is the main disadvantage of the compile and go loader scheme. That's all about the first loader scheme. Thank you. Thank you for watching. We'll see the next loader scheme in the next videos.